Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light Season of the Splicer intel. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the easiest ways for a solo player to farm out as many Retold tail shotguns as possible each week. This is a very sought after shotgun as the role it plays in the current meta is pretty powerful in PvP. And the ways that we're going to discuss will give you 12 easy chances to get your hands on this shotgun each week. But before we get into all that information, I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on all the post notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. So there are several ways that you can actually get your hands on a Retold tail. The first thing you'll have to do is, of course, go to the Dreaming City and visit Petra Venge, the vendor there. If you've never played the Dreaming City before, she has a daily and weekly bounty that can reward you a Retold tail. You can also get it from certain world drops, such as public events or the hidden chests that are around the Dreaming City. If you want a really easy method, I would suggest just go into the EAZ, which is currently available during the Solstice of Heroes, and visiting the cat chest in the secret tunnel in the bottom of the EAZ, and it will reward you a Retold tail from the Triumph that finding that secret cat rewards. But beyond that, the best way to get your chances on several Retold tails, including high stat armor, every week is by completing the two bounties, the daily and weekly bounty from Petra Venge. You can also do the Oracle offering that can award you a certain amount of Dreaming City loot. But the way that I've found to be the best is by doing what you're seeing now. Going into the Shattered Throne, you can bring those bounties with you, the ones that you've completed from Petra Venge, and pop them inside the actual dungeon. Though it doesn't give you a better chance at a Retold tail, it does give you the new armor and stats. Those stats on that armor will be higher than the ones you would find if you just did those bounties in the open world. But once you're in the Shattered Throne, you can follow the path that I was showing you as I was discussing the best ways to get the Retold tail outside, and glitch in to the Shattered Throne till you get to this point. After this, a glitch won't necessarily be a thing you'll need, but the great thing about glitching into this point is that you don't actually have to worry about dying, nor do you have to worry about actually defeating all the enemies or solving any of the puzzles. So let's discuss this once again. As you can see, this is the start of the Shattered Throne. I'm going to head through the first door as normal. Just do my best to avoid any enemies. Take a left and head over to the first ledge you find, just beyond this one pillar. Drop off the ledge and fly your way over to this point. Now, this is where it gets a little difficult. There's an invisible wall when you jump off of that ledge that you have to get over. Fly directly to the pillar, and once you make contact, release your jump so that you fall straight down as fast as possible. If you don't, you can die and be teleported back to the beginning of the actual dungeon. If you hit the ground, you're good to go. Simply fall all the way down to the bottom of that pillar. Bring a sword with you because you're going to need one to get through the next loading zone. Once you're through that loading zone, you can just fall off the ledge like you saw me do, and you will spawn in the next area. And once you're in this area, again, you don't have to worry about dying to any of the adds or from fall damage, because if you do, you will simply be able to respawn at the last point at which you were actually on solid ground. So if I were to die right here, I would respawn up on this ledge. You can kill the enemies at your convenience, but only so many as you need to either open the door. In this case, I'll need to kill the powerful enemy in this area to open the next door so I can get to the next zone. But beyond that, I don't actually have to kill any of these enemies. I'm just doing it for my own convenience so that I don't have to worry about having to completely restart this whole area over and over again from my spawn point. But it's not that big a deal because, as you can see here, you just have to take the chances as you need. But we're just trying to do this as fast as possible. So trying not to die is just a way of getting through a little bit quicker. If you do, again, you'll just spawn back at the last point you were on solid ground. So in this case, if I die any point in this next room, I'll simply respawn outside the door or on one of these ledges as you see me here. Certain classes can just bomb this room. This might be a good point if you're on a Titan, or even if you're on a Warlock or on a Hunter, to just either use invisibility or just super through the room so you don't have to waste that much time. Once you get to the Ogre area, you can use these ledges on the left to scoot your way across. As you can see, if you die at any point, like I do here, I'll simply respawn right at the same point as the beginning of the room, which was the last point where I was standing on solid ground. The little ledges don't always count as solid ground, but if I were to die here, I would be able to respawn on that little platform. Some people don't even know that these platforms are available on the left, but it lets you basically just circumnavigate this room without having to actually deal with any of the ogres. This is also a way to get to the Cursed Thrall room for the AFK farm for XP. This way you can get down there and you don't have to worry about actually completing the dungeon up to that point. Normally it takes me about 5 minutes to get to the Endless Thrall room from the start of the dungeon. So that's another thing to keep in mind if you're just looking to do some AFK Glimmer or XP farming. But once you've made your way across, head into the Cursed Thrall room. Try to avoid as many as possible. If you die at this point, you'll just respawn outside of the room, so it's not that big of a thing to worry about. The great thing about this glitch is it's very forgiving. You can make mistakes. It's really just that first section that is a little bit more difficult. Land here, and most people don't know that this secret chest is even down here, or at least I've had many people in the past tell me that they didn't know. This secret chest can reward the new high stat armor as well as all the rolls on the current reworked Dreaming City weapons, including the Retold tail. You can do this on all 3 characters each week, so that's another 6 plus the 2 bounties. Or excuse me, that's another 3. The next chest will be also a secret chest. That will reward you those remaining 3 for the total of 12. Make your way through the Cursed Thrall room as you would, again, at your leisure. Head through this short jumping puzzle. And the next chest that we're going to be going for is the one right after the next boss encounter. We're not going to complete the boss encounter, we're going to go around it. Now for this, a couple of things you're going to need. I would definitely have some stasis with the frost grenades, the ones that can create the pillars that you can stand on. Salvation's Grip is an exotic you can bring with you, which is what I usually use. It makes it a little bit simpler. To make sure you have enough heavy ammo, because a sword is also kind of essential for doing some of this glitching, maybe make sure you hit a public event flag before you actually enter the dungeon. That way you'll be able to spawn in with about 50 rounds of sword ammo rather than 25. And then once you get to this point, which if I dropped right off of that ledge, we'd be into the next boss encounter. The boss will not spawn, but we would be stuck down there. I'm going to jump onto this little pillar and then up onto this little tree root that you see me standing on. It's kind of hard to see, but you will clamber onto it. I'm going to take out my Salvation's Grip, and I'm going to shoot it on this wall right below that little gap in the ceiling. Land, and then you can crouch and walk through. Once you're through, jump up here to the left and follow this path. Now, though you can find other ways to the point that we're going, this is the easiest and probably one of the few paths that you can take to the next chest that can be done on all 3 classes. If you fall down, you might get stuck if you're on a hunter. A warlock and a titan would be able to get back up to where we need to be, but I'm just showing you this way because who knows if you're doing it on a hunter. In any case, you'll want to be able to do this on all 3 characters each week. So, follow this path. You'll go through these little archways. That's how you know you're in the right area. And jump onto this ledge. And then once you're here, you're going to jump around to this side of the pillar. And then look up and you'll see this hole in the ceiling. A sword is going to be essential if you're on anything other than a warlock or a titan. But then jump up through the ceiling and fall back into the map. We're now past that last boss encounter. We can make our way down to this floating platform. And also make sure you have at least 1 tincture of Queen's Foil. This is the thing that you can buy from the kiosk or find in certain chests in the Dreaming City. It is one of the materials that is specific to that area, and what it does is it allows you to see things like this invisible floating platform, which will allow you to make your way over to this last secret chest. Again, this can be done on any character. So this with the last secret chest, as well as the 2 bounties on each character every week, plus any other things that you want to do, will award you at least 12 chances to get yourself a God Roll Retold Tale. And that's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found this helpful, and hopefully you can get yourself a Retold Tale as quickly as I did. Remember, if you haven't found that one cat statue in the EAZ, that is probably the quickest way to just get your hands on one if you're only looking for one, as it rewards you the triumph that will instantly grant you a Retold Tale. If you've watched to this point in the video, please leave a hashtag BeyondLight, or a hashtag Season of the Chosen, or a hashtag Solstice of Heroes, or a hashtag Retold Tale in the comments section down below. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you in the next video. Little!